I want to thank everyone for joining us today for this insightful session. 12 p.m. here. Most of the people are working, but they are still coming in. So I am Mani Bhandari, and I have started this small venture recently. I'm also an immigrant here in Canada, like most of you here, and then I was struggling to settle down. We recently moved here in 2020 from US. I was in US for last 8 years, and then moved here. So when we moved, COVID hit, and then I was struggling hard to get into some job and settle down. And then luckily, I got connected with a few NGOs here. Panorama India, Vedaiji is a very great leader here with Panorama India, and I was working with her closely and learned a lot of new Canadian culture and new working experience with her. And then I joined BMG Group with Mr. Dinesh. He's also running his NGO for, I think they are working for international students. I'm organizing webinars for them also. And along with that, I just started this because I felt that there is a need and there is a gap of small businesses to grow. And after COVID, everyone has been hit very badly, especially these small businesses. And because of inflation also, these businesses are really struggling hard. So with this latest technology of AI, why not to help out and why not to use this technology and enhance our skills to stay ahead in competitive world. So yeah, so this is a small brief introduction about myself. So I will just start the presentation now here. This is our company's core values and mission statement. You can read it quickly. I'll go through few core values because I am a very passionate person and I really love to help out people with any ways I can. So basically, that is my mission, and based on that, my core values, I have designed the core values of my company, which is innovation, empowerment, transparency, and integrity. And I truly follow these. And I just try to follow and apply these in my daily work life. Thank you. And can you please move to next slide, Rohit? Then we will just talk about our services. AI Empower Consultants is having a lot of services, but I have listed few of them for you here. Firstly, we do social media marketing using AI tools to enhance your social media presence. So you can collaborate with us or you can give us the contract. So we'll work for you. So we have both the options. Then we have SEO optimization using AI technologies. Then we have AI trainings for beginners and experts for all age groups. We also have a training program specially designed for students because these days education institutes are encouraging students to apply AI tools, but in a very secured area. So they're like Google was utilizing, like students are using Google and they have to cast their work. So similarly, now AI will have to do the same. Education institutions will have to follow some rules and protocols also. So we'll touch base upon that also today, how they are working on it. And then we do market analysis with AI and chatbot development. And we do have a backend strong team of chatbot development as well. For small businesses, we do help that. And we also have funding assistance with AI. So I am working with NGOs, so I have some knowledge about uh, this aspect also. So next slide, please. So yeah, so basically, I will just go through a small idea about what is ChatGPT for newcomers. I know there are many people here in the room who already use ChatGPT, but there are few I know who don't know anything. So you can see the robot scratching his head. Yes. So yeah, this is nothing very. So ChatGPT or technology is nothing to fear of. It is very interactive. And ChatGPT, GPT stands for Generative Pre-trained Transformers. So these are already pre-trained robots, or you can say human-like robots who can understand your language and then respond to you. So basically, they are your personal digital teacher who are capable of answering a multiple queries of questions and help you out in your daily work life. So yeah, next slide, please. So yes, how we can start using ChatGPT. So for newcomers or new users, it is very easy. Just go to the web browser, then you can just type chat.openai.com and then just get started. You will see a screen where you can start asking questions, and that is asking questions is prompts. So we will walk through some prompts right now today. how you can start contracting with this chatbot. And the other option is mobile application. I have given you the screenshot of the icon because there are a lot of AI tools right now available on your Apple app stores. So just look for this one. This is the genuine one. If you want to open on your on your phone, on mobile application, you can go with this. And the latest has been already released, which has headphone in it. That means when you download, then download the latest one. It has headphone on it, so that says that you can also talk to them. This was released just last week, so this is the latest news, which will be covered by Rohit in the further ahead session. So can you please change the slide? So yeah, I will just quickly go through these prompts. What are prompts and how we can utilize it? So prompts are essentially questions or statements that initiate a dialogue with ChatGPT. So it was like what you give, what you feed, that you get out. So the information you will give to ChatGPT in the form of prompts, the better result you will get. So here we can see that conversational starters. So conversational is just the basic starting prompts like what is a business plan, why is it important, and explain the concept of cash flow. This is just the basic. I took the example of small businesses because I know there are few small business people who are joining because I got that from the form that they filled up. So I just took that point here. So these prompts just initiate the basic discussion, nothing much in detail. So if you want to go in detail, that is called domain specific, where you will give more details about your business and specific areas. For example, how can I optimize my supply chain? Now, you have already given the question of what is business plan and what is cash flow. Now you can go in depth to know more about how can I optimize my supply chain. What are the best marketing strategies for a small business? So it will give you a list of strategies you can work on. So this will ease out your maximum work. Earlier, all this work was done by professionals. You have to hire or you have to give consultancy fees and talk to them and design your business marketing strategies. But now this is very simple for small businesses to get started and just to read through if you have that capability and that uh, enthusiasm to learn, self-learning, then you can go it very easily. And the third one is complex queries, which needs a little bit more hands-on experience. For that, we advise to have some training beforehand because if you're really serious about it and you want to do it, then you have to take some training and get started. That will really, really help you because I myself did my training with. I recently did a training with Workfully Women in Technology training with Career Foundation. That really helped me and that really helped me to go forward and present this presentation today with you also. So yeah, next slide please. So yeah, so this is just a little bit about RGC prompting. So RGC is universal framework designed to enhance ChatGPT's performance by standardizing prompt formatting. So this has been already been uh, given by professionals to us. So why not to use that? So if you follow this rule of RGC, that is role, result, goal, context, and constraint. So while I'll give you an example that will be helpful. For example, if we say you are an expert marketer, so you have defined a role. Yes, so this is you are expert marketer now. Now then create 5 emails. So you are giving the result, what you want in result. So create 5 emails is a result. Then the goal is to drive sales. So what is your goal? You need to increase the sales. The context, the content is for entrepreneurs and the limit is 200 words. Like you are giving a constraint that you don't want to go above 200 words. So this is how you have to keep in your head every day while working, that you have to give the prompt in this direction, RGC format. I can give you quickly second example, which is you are an expert nutritionist. Create a 7-day meal plan for a 40-year-old female, and the goal is weight loss. The exercise thrice a week and has a $200 budget. No pork, provide recipes. So this is how specific prompt we have given. And the result will be so specific just for you. So more specific you give, the more specific result you get. So this is give and take. you're just talking with ChatGPT. You just have to make a habit of talking with it. So hope all is good. Any questions so far? Hope everyone is with me. Okay.
Pretty clear.
Oh, thank you. So now I want to invite our guest speaker here, Rohit. Rohit, thank you so much for joining us. We are really privileged to have you today to explain more in-depth knowledge about AI tools. So, Rohit is senior AI architect in IT he's working with Publicis Sapient from last 20 years. He is into data and AI solutions, and yeah, he has more interesting things to share with you. This is a chatbot, not exactly chatbot. The picture can speak, so he will show us how he did this and how this picture can speak. So thank you, Rohit. Over to you.
Thanks, Mani. Thanks for the introduction. So, hello everyone. I don't know. I think if people who have joined for the first time, I did a session as a guest speaker earlier as well. In one of the session, Mani, maybe you can share that link as well with these folks. That actually covered a little more basics about what is behind the scenes on ChatGPT, what is LLM models, how those get trained and all this. So I try to keep it more. Focused now toward how this can help you, how it can help startups and small businesses, maybe students, new immigrants, especially to Canada, so those kind of things. So first of all, what is my introduction? So I have overall 20, like Mani said, 20 years of experience. I've worked with data and AI solutions all across the globe, because my company is a consulting company. So we work with lots and lots of firms and banks, financial houses, retail houses. So I get a chance to look at various IT infrastructures, landscapes, data landscapes, and understand their AI needs and help them with that. Now, one thing I do want to put a disclaimer in place. So all comments what I'm making here on on this webinar are more solely around my personal comments, my personal opinion. It's no way affiliated to any organization or institute for that matter. So I wanted to make it very clear there. Moving on, Mani, I wanted to show this, but I thought it will eat up time. We are already running late a little bit. So what I was done was, this is an avatar I created with D-ID. And what it does is, if you play it around, it actually, do the speed syncing, and it actually goes along saying the same introduction that I gave you. But I just wanted to be like, in consciousness of the time, I wanted to move forward very quickly. Okay, so first of all, what is in it for us, right? So, like I earlier said, ChatGPT is more like a transformational tool. It's a disruptive tool, right? It's changing the industry everywhere. If you see, not only like people like us who are impacted, but even bigger organizations, Google, talk about Anthropic, talk about OpenAI, Microsoft. Everybody is going crazy around it, and it's happening all across. Chavi, by the way, who is also like a senior AI data scientist as well. She has been working directly with Delta Airlines. She can even add more colors there, but you might see all across the board. Each and every organization is crazily funding AI for that matter. But why we are talking about startups and small businesses or people like us, like say ordinary people like Money and me and whatever. So this chat GPT is actually giving us a lot of power if you think about it. Think of it like, somebody who is a guiding force sitting next to you, guiding you with each and every decisions that you can make. There was a one guy which actually came up with this bright idea of making ChatGPT as his CEO of the organization, and he was able to derive all the decision making via the CEO. Of course, it went very well for them, like because I think he was in a t-shirt business and he went very well. But I was just giving as an example. So people like us who had like a lot of challenges, there was a barrier to entry. If you're trying to enter into a business, oh, how should I create a website? Oh, how should I create a business plan? What should be my next step doing something? So all those can be accomplished just by asking ChatGPT some basic questions and then moving towards some advanced questions as in. But before we even get started, we should need to know what are the limitation of this ChatGPT, this bot actually. Why we call it bot? Because ultimately there is no human sitting behind the scene, like Mani also kind of phrased it earlier. So there is no human being sitting behind the scene who is looking at your questions and helping you out. It's a predicting model. It is predicting what should be this word, what should be the next word, what is the most optimized sentence that it can make from the context that has been given. Because it is a computational model, it can even weave something out of thin air, which may not be good for, if you are looking for a very accurate information. If you're creative, it is all good. But if you are looking for facts, if you're looking for something which is precise, focused, then you might have to be a little more conscious, because we call something as hallucination with this ChatGPT, these bots. Not only ChatGPT, with all other bots which are out in the market, like Anthropic and Google Bard as well. So there is always this accuracy element that might be missing. So you really need to see, whenever you like give a prompt, find an answer to it, try to authenticate it yourself as well. Just don't follow everything blindly. So the way I analog it is, I kind of considered it like your younger brother, maybe, who is very smart, who has, done a lot of research and knows everything. But whenever you ask him, he can even go, because he's young, he's still not mature. He might be able to tell you things which are not even accurate and try to, fulfill what you have asked for. So you have to really look at those facts and figure out what needs to be, what is authentic and what is not. Another big thing is, because these are pre-trained model, like Mani explained earlier. So they have a training cutoff date, and training cutoff date means like they don't know anything beyond this. For an example, earlier this date was September 2021. They recently moved it to Jan 2022. They have no context of anything outside Jan 2022. So you have to be cognizant of that fact. If you're asking it any latest information, it might hallucinate or may not be able to give you the right facts. Another thing to remember is, there is something called as tokens. So, like we know, like people who are in programming and computers and IT, and they know the fact that everything you tell a computer or input a computer, it is actually going into a binary format, right? It's 1010 that computer understand. Even if you try to like email or whatever, you feel like, oh, it's all text that is going along. But behind the scene, there is CPU, there is everything that is converting everything into the binary format and doing all the computation. Now, in a similar fashion, these models which are behind this ChatGPT LLM models, they don't understand text. If you think about it, right? They understand tokens. Each word has been changed into a numerical format through which they understand the context. And I think it's roughly about maybe three characters formulate one token, something like that, 3.5 or something. So if you talk about 4096 token limit, you are actually talking about 3800 words that ChatGPT can take a single time in a prompt. GPT-4 has increased it to 8,000, but for that you need to really pay a huge, I won't say huge, it's still reasonable, about 20 US dollar to move along with it. But I'll cover in further, but I wanted to make sure that you people are aware about limitation before you just delve into it and make any, decision making prompts around ChatGPT. Now, these are just a snippet of some of the recent news. Of course, you might say there's a lot of news going around, but I can't capture it due to the real estate and the time. But OpenAI has recently announced a voice and image feature. Now, this is kind of a good thing in a way, because sometimes people have hard time, typing in text, and maybe prompting is not that good. So you can, in your own language, I think most of the languages are supported, even Hindi for that matter. I think Punjabi is also there. Maybe I'm wrong there, but just check it out on the OpenAI website. You can actually speak to ChatGPT app on your Android or Apple, and it will converse to you, uh, like a human being is talking to you. So maybe on a dinner table, like with your family, you can tell ChatGPT, or ChatGPT, can you tell me, a dinner time story, or maybe start a debate with my family. So it can do all that. It can actually talk to you back. Similarly, they have also introduced image feature, which is also kind of disruptive feature, because one of the highlight they brought out on the OpenAI website is a cycle guy who is a bicycle guy who just wanted to lower his bicycle seat, and he doesn't know how to do that. And he just sent a photograph of it, and ChatGPT, just looking at the image, was able to tell which kind of Allen wrench to use and what kind of tools really to use, like which Allen key to really utilize to lower this out. But it's a fascinating video. You should watch. I won't cover because I think I'm running out of time here. The other news is AI is replacing customer services job across the globe. That's another big news. It's not just happening in Canada or India or whatsoever. It's happening all across because what firms are doing now, they're trying to see that why should we pay somebody to answer some very basic rule-based question? For an example, if you have a customer service who is asking for some help, most of the time they will ask in a English language manner that, I am troubled by this and this. And most of the rule-based chatbots which are out there struggle to actually answer. So that's why they actually throw it back to a human being. Because we always, like, even I myself, I had a problem with a bell and I wanted to talk to a human being. I generally say, okay, please let me transfer to the agent. So now with ChatGPT coming into play and with the voice feature also, you can actually utilize all that and make any consumer or customer feel like, you are actually talking to something real behind the scene, even though you're not, right? You are still talking to a computer program, which is actually written by an AI, right? So it is actually disrupting all these jobs across the globe. There are multiple other jobs that it is taking, but don't, I would say, not fear AI in the sense that it is going to take our jobs. If it is going to take jobs, it is also going to create more jobs as well. So you need to really be skilled. And that's where I think Money and her organization comes in because they have a lot of training modules and especially for programmers as well. If you're a programmer and you want to work with APIs, they have a team of people who can guide you how to go about all that. And Money can cover it later as well. Now, there is another unique feature that they added, which is DALI 3. I hope everybody might have heard it by now. So people were earlier going to Mid Journey to create professional grade images. But now, with the DALI 3 being released, you can actually create fascinating images. Not only I would say fascinating, you can actually communicate with a lot of other people via those images because it can handle text very easily. If you remember Dolly 2, like even the Bing search, if you remember all those, you would find out that most of the time it will either garble some of the images or text is not properly showcased in the final image. But I have tried personally. Tally 3 and it actually does a wonderful job of creating those images. Now, the fourth news which I wanted to cover very quickly is about copyright laws. Like this is one of the questions which everybody asks. Okay, what if I'm going to ask ChatGPT for a question? As an example, that okay, I'm running this business. Write me a marketing strategy or something like that to take care of it. There might be a similar person who might do something else, right? So it's all open to the world, right? It's public. So will the information be the same, whatever ChatGPT is producing? It's a very good question, right? Because ultimately, if it is a computer program, it might be producing the same output for everyone. But that's not exactly how AI algorithm works. There is something called as seeding, like randomization. So if you think about it, if I were to ask a human being a question, I might not get the same response each time. I might get similar response, but not exactly same response each time, word by word. And the reason being there's a randomization element introduced in it. So ChatGPT also has something called as seeding. So there is a seed that it takes and then generate the output. So it's a random thing that it picks and then try to generate the output. So you might not see exactly the same output, matching output. You might see something here and there which is different. But if you are worried about copyright, if you are worried about different laws that can come behind you, make sure that you have say if you are a small organization and you are serving end clients and you're utilizing ChatGPT for the data whatsoever, try to build it into the contract. Make it sure that the end consumer knows that we are utilizing ChatGPT for our business. Because if you are not safeguarding yourself, see right now even with this statement that I'm making, even Canadian government is not aware how to take care of Gen AI. So does US, so does other organizations. They are surely trying to build something in that arena. But I haven't seen any concrete thing that is coming out when it comes to copyright laws. There is a lot of lawsuits that have been filed, but nothing concrete has come out as of yet. But one thing to be really fearful of is people who are say artists, people who are writers who have written a lot of books, So what ChatGPT or OpenAI has done, like I said earlier, it has spent about $300 million to train its model on all of the data which is available on internet, books, whatsoever, even though it is copyrighted, right? So those people are coming behind OpenAI saying that boss, you have taken our copyrighted stuff, trained it. Now it is helping others. But what are we getting? So that lawsuit is still going on. We really need to see what comes out of it. But yeah, as a small business, if you are trying to employ it, make sure somewhere in the contract you do mention that you take care of or utilize Gen AI for most of your data. Okay, I see Chavi has raised a question. Chavi, please.
Yeah, so I really appreciate you bringing this point forward because it is very important for all the new people who are starting to use ChatGPT or going into their business so that they can safeguard themselves in future, like giving kind of giving a credit to ChatGPT for whatever they are doing on their side. If it is good, they are good. If not, then it's at least you people as the startups or the short users are in a position to safeguard ourselves. Good call out. Thank you.
Perfect. Thanks, Chavi, for adding that. And anybody has any questions so far, anything they want to bring up? Mani, if you see anything in the chat that really raises some concern, do let me know, and I'll stop there. But I'll keep on moving for now. One of the things that I wanted to bring out, I think I already talked about, so I won't spend too much time here. But if you are really serious about utilizing ChatGPT for your business, or you're really serious about your career, or trying to do something with ChatGPT which is of professional grade, I would really ask you to switch to ChatGPT 4. It's not that I'm affiliated to ChatGPT 4 and I'm going to get any money out of it, but reason being, ChatGPT 4 is much more smarter compared to ChatGPT 3. That is one thing. Second, you will end up losing a lot of limitations that are posed on ChatGPT 3. And thirdly, a lot of new features are actually brought about on ChatGPT 4 first, like Dolly 3 and all those are actually available on ChatGPT 3. And there is a performance measurement that even Sam Altman stated, but it is not specified for GPT 3.5. So I would really encourage you to move toward GPT-4 in case you are serious about it. If you are doing it for hobby, it's fine. Like, if 3.5 is good enough to play around and, do things with it. Now, in the prompt engineering section, I wanted to quickly, because I think Money already covered it, so I won't spend, too much time there. Okay, so this is a general prompt framework RGC that we covered earlier. So what I was trying to show, there are guides available, and this is not something I have written, so don't give me credit for this. Neither I think Mani has written it. It is actually written by a guy named Julian Mellon and Benza Mam. They even run a YouTube channel, so all credit goes to them. We just utilize it for our workshops, and we utilize it for teaching others and even learning ourselves as well. So I actually went through a lot of these prompts and understood what these prompts stand for, what they do. Like priming is a very important example that I wanted to showcase. Guys, first of all, am I sharing my screen or?
No, we cannot see. We
Oh,
can
I'm
see
sorry. I
slideshow.
just realized. I just realized. I'm sorry about that. I was showing you all this, and I was sorry
Okay.
about that. I again start in a very quick snapshot way. So this is the prompt engineering guide. And again, I was giving credit to Julian Melanson and Benza Mammon, who actually wrote this guide. And they also run a YouTube channel if you are interested to know more about, what they teach. So the reason I was showing is like Money and AI Empower have utilized this guide in lot of curriculum that they create for the workshop, and it is very useful thing because it actually covers a lot of principles of prompt engineering. Think about the same thing we used to do earlier in 90s and 2000 that we used to do with programming. It's actually now happening with prompt engineering because AI doesn't want you to program anything. It wants you to tell it in the right context in the right way, and this prompt engineering becomes very very important there. Prompt priming is also very important. I want to talk about that also very quickly because what prompt priming means is, say, for an example, if you are trying to uh, align your CV as an example with the job description that is out there in in the firm that you're trying to apply for, you have to prime ChatGPT. You cannot train ChatGPT. Even small organization, even bigger organization cannot train ChatGPT. ChatGPT is beyond us, right? It is 100 million, $300 million spent. We know we don't have deep pockets to do that. All we can do is we can fine tune little bit with this prompt priming and tell ChatGPT that take this information from me and give answers within this information. That will be helpful. And I mean, we can cover it, like I think Money can cover it later in our further sessions on workshops and what you can do. But there are a lot of aspects that require understanding on these prompts. Okay, heading back. Let okay, so the next thing I wanted to talk about were tools, right? So one more important aspect that I wanted to show you guys is tooling. So there's so many tools that are mushroomed in the market, and that's why I call it a AI jungle, right? Because it is a AI jungle because there's so many tools and so many companies which have just come up, mushroom. It is very hard to navigate around this tooling. So, say for an example, if you are a tour company or if you are somebody who's trying to maintain your budget, financial budget, what sort of tool you should look for? Would you be going through all this huge list? And this is a list I think Money and AI Empower has curated. Figured out in the market and try to address each one and categorize them. There is no categories available, and this is something we cover in the workshop. So if you are looking for, say, video creation, what kind of tools you should be looking for, writing assistant, how can that help? Say for an example, if you're trying to, as a brand image, create a lot of marketing material, I think Jasper AI is a very good tool to go for that. So it actually can create copyrighted material that you can then employ in your own tone. That's very important, right? You want to have your own brand tone when you go and pursue audience in the market. And that's where Jasper AI, Copy AI, these tools shine. I want to very quickly show, because I know there are some of the students also out there. So there are also tools which are available, sorry, for the student. And these tools are again curated ones, and you can see the pros and cons that have also been listed out, which maybe parents can utilize to give to their kids. Now, this is one question that has always comes up, right? Should we do that? Is it ethically right to tell my kid to go and cheat with AI? So here is my opinion. And again, that's why I said it's a disclaimer. These are all my personal opinions, right? So you can take it or throw it. But my take is, think of AI like internet, right? Can you take away internet from kids? No, right? Internet is always there. So what you need to do is you need to educate kids how to utilize internet in the right way, which can augment them rather than break them. So in the same manner, we need to educate students and kids how you can utilize to enhance your potential, not to you should still think, you should still look at your homework and do the assignments that has been given. But if it is something you want to personalize, say for an example, a child is lagging behind and the teacher is pretty fast, which happens in most of the cases. And like I remember when I was in school in India, I used to be a backbencher and I used to lag behind at times. But I was able to cope up. But similar thing can happen to other students as well, right? So each student, each person has his own pace of learning, and this AI tutoring and this AI tools can help you do that and achieve that. You can actually learn at your own pace, create your own assignment, challenge yourself. That's what education need to go in. Don't try to just copy paste from ChatGPT. Challenge yourself from ChatGPT, because ChatGPT is the smartest guy right now sitting, or guy or girlfriend, whatever you can call for students, right? So smartest boyfriend or girlfriend which is sitting out there. So tell them to talk to that chat bot and challenge yourself. Maybe create quizzes. Maybe create certain creative thoughts with that chat bot and utilize. So I would really encourage parents to do that. And again, I think Money had a workshop pertaining to that as well, which you can elaborate on our website. Tutor Me is again like something which track performances, guidance, and all those. Wolfram is a very good tool if you are into data science or maybe science as a matter, like physics, whatever, mathematics. My daughter is in 12th grade and she is in calculus. She can actually utilize Wolfram Alpha, which actually does not hallucinate like ChatGPT does. It will try to solve mathematical problems in a concise and precise way. So it is going to go against the fact and tell you the exact thing. I'm not going to cover other tools, but I want to very quickly cover on financial side as well, because that's another area with Okay, I see a hand raised.
So just a quick question. So are these tools paid or free?
No, that's a very good question, Mani. That's a good question. So some of them are, some of them are not. They see there are never free lunches, right? So we have to understand that part. If this company is employing something and try to put some effort into creating these tools, they might not do it right away. They might show it as free, do this, do that, but eventually there will be some, app in purchases or later on some collaborative purchases. Maybe they will say, oh, get my premium version if you want to do this, do that. So you have to be mindful of these facts, but at least, hit the road running with these tools. Try the free version first and see whether it makes sense for you. And if it makes sense, try to see if it falls under your budget or not. If not, I think AI Empower Money also covers one workshop wherein we can do the similar thing with ChatGPT. How we can make ChatGPT using the prompt engineering, because ultimately, if you think they are also behind the scene using LLM models or more. ML models out there which are sitting behind, and they are also doing similar things. They are just putting proper prompts. So, guys, again and again emphasizing prompts are very important. And if you understand those prompts, you might even save the money here, but you have to put a lot of efforts to write those prompts yourself. Okay. Now, Mani, does that answer your question?
Yes.
Okay, perfect. Now I want to move very quickly now. So coming on to the finance part, because this is one of the area where even I struggle, right? So sometimes a person always struggle making these personal financial choices. And once I came in Canada, I happened to open a lot of accounts, right? So I have account in CIBC, I have account in HSBC, name it. So the multiple accounts out there, and it's very difficult to figure out, okay, where my budget is allocated, how my expenses are going. Each bank might give its own insight to you, and they might call it, oh, I have a AI agent that tells you that you're spending this much, but it's not across the board, and that's where Wally actually helps a lot. So Wally, I utilized it. It's a mobile app again, and they say that it is 100% secure. You can actually read through its guidelines and look at the website of Wally. It's called Wally GPT as well. And actually, you can give all the account numbers to Wally. It will pull all the information from those accounts, and then you can ask any question like you used to ask ChatGPT. So you can ask, okay, I have some bigger expense coming next year. How should I plan for it? So it will try to answer that to you. What is my biggest expense in say last month? How am I doing from my financial budget perspective? So it's a very good tool. I found it to be really useful. Again, I'm not promoting it. Take your due diligence, look at it, figure out if it is good for you or not. But I found it useful. If somebody is into investing, Magnify is again a good tool there as well. So it actually helps you give personalized guidance to diversify your portfolio, looking at what is the biggest ETF, what is the stock that you can invest in. Of course, they're going to charge money for it. So think about what are these different tools, and these are all also kind of curated by Money and AM Power.
What is this? How would you spell Wally?
So it's WALLY. I'm showing it on the
Oh,
screen.
oh, I can see it's too. Okay, got it.
Yeah, it is too small.
Very
Okay,
Let's
what I
small.
can do, yeah, what I can do is,
would
maybe
like
you
to
can
start.
send this list of, because we have even put together the URLs out there. So,
Okay.
we can send that list on the, or maybe publish it on the website. So then you will be able to see, how to go and where to go. So all these tools we will try to publish. If you see, this is volley.me here. So you just can write WLLY.me. Okay. Okay. In interest of time, let me quickly move on if no further questions here. Okay. I wanted to actually show you guys a little bit of action as well, because it's important for us to really see how I'm going to employ some of these you know prompt engineering and tools and all. So I wanted to quickly show you, let's say, job search role. This is for again a kind of a pet prompt that I generally show people. So people who are coming to Canada as a new immigrant, and I'm showing it on 3.5, so it is a free version. So you can actually do it on free version as well. So some people who are immigrants and coming to Canada for the first time, the very first challenge that we people face is how to get job in Canadian market. Right, that's the toughest thing that actually breaks everyone's heart. That we doing so well in our other country, and now we are coming here and we are not able to get past the barrier of whatever Canada has to post. So you can actually take ChatGPT's help as an augmentation tool. Again, I'm again calling it augmentation tool. Don't take it blindly. Okay, so this is the prompt I gave. If you can see on the screen, as an experienced professional consultant, guide me regarding job searching in Canada. I'm a new immigrant to have 2 years of known Canadian. I'm especially emphasizing that I have known Canadian experience. Provide me a roadmap of how should I approach Canadian job market. Please provide roadmap in tabular format. So this is kind of following the RGC. So it has a role, it has a goal, it has a context, it has a constraint, everything is in there. And then it finally, gives you, and I think ChatGPT did a decent job. Money can also vouch for it because she had also, as an immigrant, struggled a lot. So it talked about, of course, everybody should access skill and qualification, everybody should network, and, how, I mean, it did use the word tailor, but I will not say tailor is not a good word. Because if you are tailoring your resume, it feels like you are, faking it. So instead of faking it, I would rather say augment it, right? So augment your resume and cover letter. Would use the job search platform. It'll give you a good roadmap in, maybe in 10 of the points how to go about it. Another thing that I wanted to show you, let me see if I have it here very quickly. It was for small businesses. Let me see. Sorry, guys, I'm little. Yeah. Say AI benefit small business. Yeah, let me see if it comes up. Yeah. So you can always again put a prompt like as a professional consultant, provide me 10 ways in which AI can help small businesses. Please be elaborate in each step and list benefit AI can produce. Provide a tabular format. So it can tell you from a small business perspective what all you can do. You can keep like the first thing. Remember the CRM thing, like you have to look at the customer service. That is one thing. What about the sales forecasting, personalized marketing? All of these aspects is where AI can really help you move forward, and it's actually changing the game a lot now. For people who are into real estate, this is again a game changer for them concept. Yeah. So again, a game changer for them as well. Say for an example, as a professional consultant, and this is more about real estate market in Canada, but you can publish it to anywhere you want, right? So as a professional consultant, help me establish a sole proprietary. We want to start a business of utilizing generative AI for real estate valuation and investment. Create a roadmap, how to start. I mean, see, I mean, you can, like I said, it is breaking the barrier that a common man like me or people who are from ordinary walks of life can actually get about thinking about being entrepreneurs, right? Being into a market where it was always like, oh, this is something only elites can do, or only something a very special people can do. It's not for me. So you actually ChatGPT breaks that barrier and opens it for everyone. And it actually gives a very good, decent way of how you go about it. Do the market research, which is very important. Business model creation, legal structure, register business name. So it is actually giving you all the steps what you should do to make your real estate venture into AI. It also maybe you can further down tell it to even create the roadmap, roadmap for you on the business plan. We can even tell you all about that. Okay, but a good way of actually getting a kick started on some of these efforts. Okay, so let me see what else I want to show you guys.
Basically, you know what? When I was doing the training with Work Fairly, they were also encouraging to use ChatGPT. So they were saying that why to waste your time and energy in creating the ball again? So use what is already available. So they used to give us assignments, and then they don't ask us to use directly ChatGPT, but they used to say that keep it as a reference because the things which were taught in the class in the lecture uh, were limited because of time. So they asked us to go back and study more, and then research, and then prepare your presentations using ChatGPT. So that was really, really helpful. I even, with the help of ChatGPT, we also in a group of team, we designed the curriculum for few of the programs which were assigned to us. So it was really, really helpful. And if you get hang of it, you will live your life. And but be careful before submitting any assignment or any email or anything. You have to do your due diligence. Read each and every word before submitting it because you have to give it your own personal touch and don't rely blindly on ChatGPT answers. So just give your own insights first. Give your own due diligence, and then submit. Yeah, thank you.
Yeah.
Thank
So
you.
I think one last thing, because I think Mani, we're running out of time and we should take questions as well. So what I'll do is one last thing I wanted to talk about quickly is this advanced data analysis tool that ChatGPT has recently released, which actually became a game changer for a lot of small organizations. So, Shami, I think can you go on mute? Looks like your mic is on. Yeah, thank you, thank you.
Sorry about that.
No issues, no issues. So anyway, for this advanced data analysis tool, this is a plugin which is on. Sadly, it is only available on ChatGPT 4, so you need to be a paid subscriber to have it. But actually, you can input your personal data. Like, say, for an example, if your organization, yeah. So see, this is the data, sales data, which is actually a sample data. I just wanted to show you what we are trying to do here. So it has a product, it has days and region and salesperson and sale. Now, what we did was we just inputted that data, not they didn't tell anything, and it looked at the data and told you, okay, these are all the columns that look like, and then it says that the sales column is currently formatted as a string. Like I said earlier, computer everything is numeric, right? So computer works better with numeric. So what it does is it says, okay, the very first thing we should do is take the sales column and change it to numerical format. And once it does that, it start doing the analysis for you. So you can actually figure out what is my best sales by product, by region, by salesperson. Then it even start giving you graphs. What are my areas of concern? So you don't have to hire a data analyst. Data analyst, I mean, ask me personally, they cost a lot. So you don't actually have to hire a data analyst. You can do most of these things via ChatGPT as somebody who is going to sit beside you and help you out with a lot of these things. But anyway, I think, Mani, what do you say? We should take a pause here. I have see, I will keep on going. There are a lot of content and data, so I'll stop here and take a pause, and maybe we should, in last 1 or 2 minutes, talk about questions if anybody has and any concerns or thoughts.
Yes, yes, sure. Please come forward, everyone. Feel free to on your cameras if you want to have a chat with us or any questions. We are here.
Hi, I'll go. I have a question. And first of all, I will say that this was very informative, and I like the way you guys have presented the information to the group, which is coming from the different business aspects. My question to you is the tools, the list of all the AI tools that you have prepared, is it for sale? Can we also get it? Because I can see the potential there. Because if I have to do all this research by myself, it will take a lot of amount of time for me to find out on Google, like what tool should I be using. But I was so impressed to see this consolidated list of tools along with the names and what it does. So I'm sure this will be so helpful to me if I want to just scan through it and see, okay, which are the applications which I should be going in for, or at least worth exploring, instead of me spending an hour or two on the Google and finding out all the things. So is it something that is for sale, or like we can purchase it?
Yeah, so I think that's a very good question, and it's more reserved for Money to decide what you want to do with this. But because she did a lot of this research, and what I would say is,
Yeah.
and again, this is my opinion, not affiliated to any organization either talking about AI Empower. What I would say is we should publicize it. We should actually, I think Money, if possible, you can put it on your website itself
Yes.
for people to download. If you want to charge something, make sure like it's nominal, because everybody's like similar to us who want to get hold of this. Also, I think there was Money. You talked to me about a Chrome extension that you were trying to build,
Yes.
right?
Yes.
That people can download on their Chrome web browser itself, and
Yeah.
there you can actually have the tree like structure of a category, subcategory, and if you keep on expanding it, you will finally reach to all the tools within that subcategory. So I think Money is thinking on those lines. She is, I think, she is also looking for hiring some people. She is trying to get those things in place. But once we have it, we will surely publish it. But I think, Chavi, you nailed a good point that these things need to be published out and given to others.
So what I'll do, I'll just try to work out with the website and then publicize it on the website. Few of them, because this is a long list, people get scared of all these long data and
Yeah,
sheets.
maybe the student, small business,
Yeah,
finance,
I
pros and
will
cons,
customize
and just
more. Yeah, and then add it there for everyone, and then everyone out here can go and check out our website and stay updated with our LinkedIn and Facebook posts. We have
yeah.
I have shared the
And
WhatsApp.
Mini, I think, yeah,
Yeah.
Mani is But yeah, I think I wanted to even showcase very quickly on. So Money, I think, has done a great job of putting a lot of blogs together. If you guys have time, please go through these blogs as well. It actually covers horizontal cut across AI's landscape. Like, this one talks about a mother who actually for 3 years had a problem with his son, a chronic problem that the son had, and it actually inputted the MRI scan report to ChatGPT. None of the doctors were able to figure out what was going on, and ChatGPT in just looking at the MRI of that report was able to give a solution. She took and discussed with the doctor, and the kid was free of all the pain that he had. It's a very good blog that she wrote, and it's all facts. It's not something she made out of air. She did talk about future in Canada for students, how they can navigate dollars and digital innovation, then deceased relatives. Like of course, this is a touching subject. Take it with sensitivity. But people who lose their loved ones, if they want to talk to it, there are a lot of tools that are coming into market, and she has written a blog about curation of those tools. So much of this information is on the website itself. If people are interested, even I think she wrote an article on CV, how you should change your CV and make sure it gets shortlisted. Because to be honest, your CV is also going through a filtration process by a computer and AI program. So how to beat that? So you have to use something like, you call it in Hindi, loha ko loha katka, right? So something similar of that nature. So you can actually utilize AI to beat the system that is not letting your CV getting shortlisted. And I think she is doing a decent job there. And one more thing she did was she actually also published, if I can go, Money, if I can go to your LinkedIn on the AI. So she actually keep on publicizing new information. Recently, McMaster has introduced, this is what the students should know of, that they introduced a guide citing generative AI. So that's what I was saying, that you cannot, treat AI like be blind to AI saying that, oh, it doesn't exist and let students be away from it. So McMaster University did a very good job of, figuring out that let students cite whatever work they're bringing with AI. And with that citation, they're giving a guide how to go about it, which I think is a very cool subject. Then she, I think, publishes lot of information news. So do visit her
Yeah.
post and do follow if it is convenient for you guys, and you will be subscribed to a lot of this information that keep coming. So Mani, do you
Yeah.
publish blogs every month, or what's
Yeah, weekly basis, we try to cover the latest news, whatever is coming up, we just try to create it. And everything is created through AI. Every blog is created through prompts using AI, and this is also a technique which saves your time. Earlier, it used to be a 4 or 5 hours task. Now it is just a 30 minutes to 1 hour task, and we can teach you if you join our programs or anything if you are interested in for your own business. We provide 30 minutes free session. You can book our calendar. I have shared everything in the chat, and I really appreciate all of you today joining us. Yeah, thank you so much.